Hello everyone, Brad Johnson here, and in this video I'm going to be talking about the illusion of obedience. Now I have had previous conversations in videos through my channel, and one of those particular conversations was involving the idea of enslavement. And that what I stated relating to enslavement was that nobody has the capability to enslave you. Doesn't matter who they are, doesn't matter how much power they have, doesn't matter what resources they have available. You are actually incapable from having someone else enslave you. Enslavement itself is voluntary. In order for one to actually be enslaved, they must volunteer themselves to actually become enslaved. Well, how does this work? Because we're told a lot relating to the idea of enslavement on this planet. This is a slave planet. A lot of people here are enslaved. We're going through this enslavement process. What's happening here? The aspect to the degree of enslavement is the degree of obedience. Obedience itself is us opening up the doors and saying, yeah, I don't mind obeying you, as long as I have everything that makes me feel secure, as long as I live in some type of establishment, in some type of status quo. And through equivalent exchange, as long as I can live through all of that, I will therefore give my obedience to the system. I will give up my own empowerment. I will give it to somebody else. I will give it to a governmental entity. I will give it to a teacher. I will give it to a friend. I will give it to a person who I think is a friend. I'll give it away. I'll give it away. I'll give it away. And that is the point to where you therefore become enslaved. Enslavement is a result of disempowerment. It is the idea that you have given up so much of yourself to feel that somebody else just needs to be responsible. Somebody else is going to take care of the affairs of the planet. Somebody else is going to manage everything as it pertains to the community, everything as it relates to a province, a state, a country. And I'm just going to sit back. I'll have my house. I'll have my $150,000 a year job. I'll have my car. I'll have a family. And that's it. So, through equivalent exchange, you have voluntarily enslaved yourself because of it. That is what obedience does, and that this is the grandest illusion, because we just don't feel we want to be bothered about being able to move ourselves into some state of empowerment, and that when we are trying to expand ourselves, we think that there needs to be some type of easy button. Do I really need to spend so many hours in meditation? Do I really need to spend so many hours in nature? Do I really need to spend so many hours contemplating about how I am connected to all things? Isn't there like an easy button for this? Isn't there like some little small manual, maybe only a few pages long, that I can read in about 20 minutes? And then, hey, I can say I'm an enlightened being. It doesn't work that way. Because again, this is all part of a program. The ability to want to have enlightenment in a box is a grand aspect of this obedience, this disempowerment, this feeling of enslavement. Because we felt that we just want to rush, do this, do that, gobble up everything, regurgitate it out, and continue to move on and do the same cycle over and over and over again, each and every single day. And so the whole idea of the aspect of obedience has to do with our own permissions that we have given a system, a societal program, the ability to walk through our front door and saying, I can come in if I want. I can do this if I want, because you gave yourself up. You have given yourself to this system. You have given yourself to this procedure. And it's like looking at a contract. You basically wanted security. You wanted health. You wanted all of this wealth, this financial abundance. You wanted to be part of a corporation. And so therefore, that is what you are receiving. In exchange, I required your silent obedience to do so. So this is the whole idea that when we constantly do this to a person, This president did this. This prime minister did this. This elected official did this. This representative did this. This boss of mine did this. This partner of mine did this. This friend of mine did this. This family member of mine did this. It's those other fingers, more of them, that are pointing back to you. Because all of this has nothing to do with other people within your reality. They are attracted catalysts that have come into your reality and told you, are you willing to look very, very deeply within yourself? And that this requires a lifetime commitment. This is everything that you are. This is 24/7, 365, and 366 on leap years. This is who you are. Are you willing to look into yourself? Are you ready to move yourself into that alignment and empower everything that you are? Being thankful for yourself, being thankful for life, being thankful for nature, being thankful for environment, being thankful for the planet. It's a lot of work. I don't know. No, I think I'm just going to go with this system. Because everything's accessible, everything's convenient, everything's an easement as it relates to this system. So I think I'm just going to stick with the system. I'm just going to hang 10 here, and that's what I prefer. You've now opened the door and basically allow the salesman to come in, because the salesman is saying, hey, you're going to get all this. You're going to get all this technology. You're going to get all this money. You're going to get this really well-paying job. You'll get this big house. You'll get this big car. But everything else within reality belongs to us. And all you have to do is just be obedient, stay quiet, and just live in distraction. And that is the whole idea of the illusion to obedience. So you see, nobody has ever enslaved you. You have given permission for a system to come in and create obedience within you. And that is voluntary enslavement. This is how the universe works. It is not possible for some guy, for some being, for some entity to come through and saying, you're mine. You're mine. I'm not yours. You have nothing to do with me. I'm not interested in being enslaved by you. And so I turn that away. And you see how easy that is. It's by getting to understand how empowered, how powerful, how divine, how authentic you truly are. Because when you look past the borders, the barriers, the walls of this system, and you step outside of the box, you are no longer the aspect of a signature on a dotted line that represents the degree of obedience. It is when a lot of us decide to, again, submit our own problems, submit our own issues for somebody else to fix, that creates obedience. When you are electing a president, when you are electing a prime minister, a premier, an elected official, you are volunteering for obedience. It is not so much the idea that a leader is going to wipe away all your problems. The grandest key, the grandest concept to how one will really be able to truly stand within their empowerment and being able to live a life to the fullest is when they become their own republic. That is the nature, is that you are responsible for yourself. You are responsible for everything that makes life what it is. It is not the idea that you're going to allow that alignment to come together in great fruition through a democracy, through a tyranny, through a monarchy, through anything of that nature. It is only going to come together with you, 100% of everything that you are looking to obtain, experience, gain in this reality by moving into your own inner republic. To be in that inner republic is to have responsibility for everything. It's to realize that you are taking your own problems, you're taking your own issues, and you're being able to combine that with your own solutions. You are the problem solver. You are also the problem causer. So the whole idea here is, rather than feeling, I'll get the president to deal with it. I don't have to worry about this. Hey, he or she has got this. No problem at all. I'll let this elected official, I'll let this representative deal with it. Hey, they got it. I don't need to worry about it. I'm in my mansion. I'm in my swimming pool. I'm in my house. I'm driving my car. I'm going skating. I'm watching a bunch of TV. I'm reading newspapers. Hey, I just don't need to bother with it. And that's an obedience mentality. The whole idea in that sense is that we have been grown, we have been bred, we have been made to believe that obedience is all part of human nature, of our natural behavior, and it's not. It's a program. Nothing in regards to what we would consider to be society would be anything that is natural to a human. A human being's naturalness is to themselves, is to their own natural alignments of responsibility, as realizing that the environment that surrounds you is, again, these hall of mirrors. Everything that is being reflected back to you is helping you to show you what your own subconscious is attempting to tell you, through the people that you meet, through the events that you experience, through the adventures and the endeavors that you manifest within reality. This is basically what reality is telling you. How are you feeling as you look into your subconscious blueprint? How are you feeling with this subconscious mirror reflection of the people that are in your life, that are reflecting back to you, telling you, this is who you are. This is how I perceive you. Because, again, you're not looking from people outside of yourself. It's not the idea of seeing that when you meet your best friend, your neighbor, your family member, whoever it may be, that you're looking at them right over here. You're looking at them from in here. As soon as you open your eyes, as soon as you activate your senses, you are within your own matrix. This matrix is all part of your unique expression, and that it's your world, and that only you, only ever you, will be able to experience a reality like this. And so you are looking around yourself and saying that, am I feeling authentic about who I am? Am I authentically making a living that really represents who I feel inside? No, not really. Then I need to look into that. I need to discover exactly how I can take responsibility, not looking for an easy button, not looking for a 5-page manual, but being able to take some time to reflect, to look inside myself, to discover exactly what my feelings, what my emotions are telling me. Have I created a lot of shakeup, a lot of tremors, as it relates to what I feel I am in regards to identity? Identity is a huge program. And what we are attempting to do is identify with the identity that we have assigned ourselves. And this is moving past the degree of obedience. So obedience really just represents putting on a blindfold, putting in earmuffs, putting in nose plugs, putting a muffle around your mouth, putting oven mitts with duct tape around them, around your hands, and saying, all right, this is me accepting reality as it is. This is me being part of a system where all I can do is see, smell, taste, touch, and hear what I'm told, what I am shared to say. This is what I need to believe in. Belief itself is the key to obedience. Belief itself has incapability of liberating you. Whenever that you are moving yourself into a great deal of belief, you will only continue to put yourselves in more boxes. When you are lessening the aspect of belief, your reality bubble now expands. But as long as you substitute one belief for another belief, even if that belief is particularly positive, there may be some expansion there, but you're still contained within a bubble. The key to liberation, the key to moving and transcending past obedience, is to have no beliefs, period. And the more that you are able to simply understand, to simply acknowledge, and to become as fluid as a river itself, the more that you are able to truly understand the infinitum of life, the infinitum of expression, the infinitum of yourself. This will only come through the aspect that when obedience has been transcended, you have closed the doors and you have told yourself that I am my own person. I am this authentic being. I will make responsibilities for myself. I will live the life that I prefer. I am not here to have an opinion poll about what I need to do with my life, because I need to understand that only I can direct it in my own unique way. It's not here for an opinion poll. It's not here for public opinion. I'm only looking at those extensions of myself when I feel like I am in disharmony, when something just doesn't feel right. Then I can rely upon what the subconscious reflections are telling me about myself, and now I can start to understand exactly what I'm holding on to, because what I'm feeling in this moment doesn't feel right, and I'm looking into my subconscious mirror, and I'm discovering exactly what I'm holding on to. Thank you so much, subconscious. Thank you to my family, my friends, my coworkers, etc. Thanks to all of those people for showing me exactly where my imbalances lie. So now I'm going within myself, and I'm deciding what I wish to do to establish a state of being that is complementary to myself. And that this is all about us moving together in a majority way to being able to create a new planet. And again, this is why we have a lot of this turmoil on this planet right now. The idea of chaos. Chaos in that sense is all part of a brewing of change that is taking place. We realize that we are not being satisfied, that we are not content with the idea of everything that represents this system as it is. And because so many of us are now starting to realize that disobedience is the alignment towards authenticity, that we're starting to allow this system to crumble. But many of those particular system makers are horrified that people are starting to wake up, that people are starting to enrich themselves, that they are unsubscribing from the idea of an obedient program system, and they will do whatever it takes to again attempt to influence you. And say, hey, come on, come back here. This is what we'll do. I swear we'll change. I swear we'll do this. Hey, we'll come together. We'll cooperate. And they will do everything within that power to say, hey, come and re-sign this contract. Open your doors back up. Here's security. Here's your house. Here's your mansion. Here's your car. Here's your good life. All I need is your obedience. Just stop talking about change. We'll do the change for you. And so because a lot of that is happening, that's why this shaking up is taking place. And we're all standing up. This is the goal, for all of us to stand up and saying, no, I will no longer be part of a system that does not complement who I am. I am my system. I am my advancement. I am my enlightenment. I am my expression. I am my beingness of authenticity. And I will decide what my life is. I develop my own inner republic. And that is the key to moving yourself past the idea of an obedience phase and into the state of a true empowerment phase, of being a true empowered being, by being truly authentic, by knowing exactly who you are, by following the actions that continue to complement you moment to moment. When you live in complement, you live in authenticity. You are being genuine. There is an absence to conflict with the decisions that you make. Everything feels like it is moving smoothly. It is the fluidic river feeling that you're moving into and that you are advancing into, and you are becoming that, not through belief, but through the natural acceptance of yourself, to let this river continue to flow, not to have fixated ideas about something that becomes permanent, but being able to realize that I'm going to play with these ideas. I'm just playing, because when we're playing, we're not owning anything. We're just experiencing the moment and expressing ourselves through this neat little theme that is a part of our life. And we're allowing the floodgates to continue to come through and flowing us fluidically through the relativity of the expression infinitely of our own unique selves. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Brad Johnson. Feel free to visit my website, realitywhisperer.com, sessions, courses, free media, and a lot more. I will speak to you again in another perspective of the now. Take care, and may it be well with you. Goodbye.